evening. Welcome to Community Friends. Welcome. This show is produced by the Bully Busters, Debbie and Laurie. We're out here to just try to promote what's good is happening in our community. And there's some great events coming up. Spring is here, and we all survived this wonderful mild winter. This first week of spring is here, so that's a great thing. There's some great community events that are happening this week, and both of these events that I'm going to be telling you about are sponsored by Norwich Youth and Family Services. One of the agents for youth here in Norwich, and they're always looking to provide low-cost or no-cost programs for families in Norwich. This coming Thursday on March 22nd, a very informative forum, Education versus Incarceration, the real cost of failing our kids. This is March 22nd. We'll be at Three Rivers Community College from 5:30 to 8. There'll be light refreshments. It's in room C101. This is at Three Rivers Community College. Very informative forum on education versus incarceration, the real cost of failing our kids. Something you want to check out, especially if you're a parent. And also this coming Friday for a parent with young kids, children from K through 3, what's better than this? A free movie night, movie and blanking night, sponsored by the Norwich Youth Action Council. These youth kids have been doing so much great things out here in the community, been providing free family fun nights once a month at the Senior Center for Families. Now they've added this. Now they want to do a free movie night, and this is this coming Friday. And the movie is The Ant Bully, which why I'm promoting it with the Bully Busters. So Friday, March 23rd, from 6:30 to 8:30 at NFA in the Sidney Frank Building. There's going to be free popcorn and drinks. Kids, it's for grades K through 3. Your kids are welcome to bring their blankets and wear their jammies. You must RSVP because the space is tight, so they want to make sure they have enough refreshments. So call Norwich Youth and Family Services at 823-3782. Like I said, this coming Friday, March 23rd, from 6:30 to 8:30, the movie The Ant Bully. It's free. You can't get better than that. You just got to get yourself down there and RSVP. And like I said, that's from our friends from Norwich Youth and Family Services. And also, just to remind you folks, we are on Facebook. Community Friends is on Facebook. So you can check us out on Facebook and contact me there if you want to come on our show about promoting any good stuff that you guys are doing out in the community. And then you can also be able to see who's our upcoming guests and what our shows are about. So if you want to contact us, check us out on Facebook. And with that, one thing we like to do with Community Friends is to celebrate our community. So with me tonight is Karen Neely from Celebrating Norwich.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome back.
Thanks for having me back.
Yeah. When you were on last, we didn't get through everything we had to celebrate Norwich with. So.
Well, what's interesting is there seems to be I was going through information today, preparing, and there seems to be all kinds of stuff to talk about. It seems like a never-ending list. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate you having me back. It's a nice spring day, so getting me in the studio was a challenge, but here I am.
And for those of you who were watching me on Facebook, our original guest along with Karen, was supposed to be Bob Farwell from the Otis Library, but he had another commitment, unfortunately, and so Karen is going to do double duty.
Well, and I'm not sure that I could ever replace Bob Farwell. No, I don't think anybody could. We're very fortunate. And when I think about Celebrating Norwich, I think about the unique and talented and passionate individuals who dedicate themselves to making Norwich a better place. And Bob Farwell, the executive director of Otis Library, is definitely one of those individuals. He works tirelessly with his staff. One of the things he said in a publication he puts out, which I highly recommend to people if you want to learn about all the great things that Otis Library does, contact the library and give them your email address. Okay. And you get their free monthly newsletter that's packed with information. It's an e-newsletter. It's mostly free events that are listed. It talks about the different book clubs that meet on a regular basis and what they're reading for that month.
Oh, okay.
And what I love about Otis Library is one of the things that Bob himself said in March's newsletter, which was, along with identifying and addressing challenges, we are constantly looking for new opportunities to enhance the quality of life in Norwich, and that's what they do. For example, this weekend they are celebrating Women's History Month by having a tea at Otis Library. It's Saturday, March 24th at 1 p.m. They're going to host what they're calling a sporty women's tea to celebrate Women's History Month. And what they're going to have is the staff members, community members, and students from NFA are going to be dressed as famous female sports characters.
Oh,
Babe
okay.
Diedrichson, Wilma Rudolph, and Martina Navratilova are ones they mention on their website.
He's on
And
Dancing with the Stars tonight.
oh, is that who's on tonight? Oh, that's interesting.
Martina.
Oh, that's funny. Well, and what they'll do is the public can visit with these characters and enjoy tea and desserts, and they're going to have a guest speaker, Eva Kovac, the Assistant Director of Athletics and head women's rowing coach, that's a mouthful, at Conn College. And so she's going to be speaking. So if you want to attend that, you can call the library. Once again, it's free, but you have to register for space, you know. Their number is 860-889-2365, extension 100. And it's a free program open to women and girls ages 12 and up. So I guess if you have a daughter or a niece or something interested in sports, maybe it's a good thing to go.
Once again, a free, low-cost event right here in Norwich, and I know Otis Library, they have a Facebook page too, right?
Yes, they do. Yes,
So
they
if
do.
you didn't get all that information, check them out on Facebook, because I know that's just the way to go, but the Otis Library is just a gem in our city, and they have so many different programs there for young children all the way to adults. I encourage you folks to check it out, and their book sale is coming up, right?
Yep, their book sale is coming up April 20th, 21st, and 22nd. And they have a preview actually on Friday. That's their preview of the sale. But, you know, it's funny, over the years, I've donated tons of books that I don't need anymore to the Friends of Otis. And you can bring up to 2 bags at a time to the circulation desk.
Okay.
No textbooks, encyclopedias, or magazines. But other than that, it's great because then they'll take the books and they'll resell them to people who want them and make money, I guess, for more programs.
Yep. And
So-
and they've done well, and that's a way they can, one, generate some income to purchase some new books for, or whatever they
Or new
need.
books for the library,
so
right,
It's a
right.
great opportunity, and it's helping them and getting rid of some of the books out of your household.
And it's a green effort, too.
Yeah, going green.
There we go. There
Yeah.
we go, reusing it. So that's a lot of the great stuff that's going on at the library. Like I said, their website is www.otislibrarynorwich, all one word, .org, if you want to go check out. And like I said, subscribe to that newsletter because I
Okay.
do, and that's how I learn about all this stuff,
great
all the
stuff.
time. Yeah. So when you had me here last time, we were talking about a lot of things, and one of the things that we did mention the last time was the Downtown Bond Initiative, and
Yep.
I just wanted to give you a little bit of an update with that if I could.
And just so folks know, is that Karen just volunteers to do this, you know, it's just a community member way of giving back and promoting what she believes in our city and what we need to celebrate. And we just need more folks like Karen that are willing to celebrate what Norwich does have to offer. So I want to thank you for just doing that. I know you and Bill Kenny and Keith Ripley had started this Facebook page about celebrating Norwich. And if you stop and look around, we have a lot to celebrate, and she's going to go over some more things.
Well, and you know, thank you for thanking me for getting involved. You know, what I decided was actually, that kind of goes along with celebrating something. You know, I, like a lot of people in the community, had a lot of questions about how things are done in the city, why things are done the way they're done, and I had 2 choices: to either continue wondering why, or get involved and approach leaders, ask questions, go to meetings, read information that was available. And I found by doing that, it's exactly what you say, that there's a lot of really good things going on and there's a reason for everything, and it all does sort of fit. That being said, you know, there's been sort of misconceptions about the downtown bond program that was passed like 18 months ago.
Yep.
And what it was, and what I worked with the folks at NCDC to do was to make sure that we have information available to the public on the status of how that's going, because it's one thing to have the program, but it's another to make sure the public stays informed. And that's what I try to do, is at least make that connection. And it's great because if you go on their website, www.ncdevcorp.org, you can click on the page called Downtown Revitalization, and at the bottom of the page you can see the summary of the applications for the program, for
Okay.
the bond program, and it tells you the types of businesses that have applied, where they are in the process, who's in the approval process.
okay.
And it's just a good accounting of how, you know, what's going on with that program. One of the great things we should celebrate about that program, I didn't realize, but I found this out the other day, is that other communities in Connecticut have been contacting Bob Mills at NCDC, asking him how the program works, because they're having similar issues in their downtowns, and they want a program like this to help jumpstart
Wow.
private
Wow,
investment.
that's-
So,
That's great.
so that's a great validation
Yeah.
for what we did here in Norwich.
I'm glad you brought that up, because there were some folks that voted for that and weren't quite sure, and there's still a lot of naysayers out there, but other towns are, looking at it now, so that's great.
Other towns are looking at it, and I think what we have to remember, and I was telling you this earlier, was that, we can create a program to make funds available for building owners to make improvements or to have lease rebates for those buildings. We can have those programs in place, but we can't dictate as a city what we want to happen in the downtown. We can't say, oh, well, we want stores here, we want restaurants there, we think that this would be, it's difficult for us to do that because those buildings are privately owned.
Yeah.
What's going to dictate what happens to the downtown is what the market says it will,
Yeah,
it
and the
will
economy,
sustain,
yeah.
and the economy. So, I think it's important to remember that it's important to have those tools in place, and NCDC will use them the best that they can to try to get something jump-started in the downtown. And my advice to anyone listening to the show is if you have questions about the bond program or anything related to economic development, I've always had success just calling NCDC directly, and you can talk to someone there. You can make an appointment, go in and see someone. They're more than happy to explain how this whole process works in
Yeah,
Norwich.
and I commend Bob too, because I know we were doing this conservation plan, and I had mentioned you need to do one for the youth, and he is, on April 5th, we are doing that same,
Oh,
I forget what you call it, a little program,
the plan of
the conservation.
conservation and development?
Yeah, where you had to choose, pick what you liked about where you live, what you
Oh, you're
didn't.
going to do that exercise
Yes,
with the youth?
Yes, so on April
Oh.
5th, we're going to do it with the youth. So down at United Congregational Church, come down and express to these people what you want to see in your city, what you don't like, and here's an opportunity to put that out there. And-
Ooh, I'd like to watch that.
Yeah,
I'd be
so-
interested
yeah,
to see
so
that.
they're gonna
Come down and watch
They
what
need to
they
help with that, facilitating it. So
Yep.
I expressed that, concern to Bob. I said, look, you got everybody here but the youth. He says, well, set it up. So we are doing that.
Well, and what's great about the youth giving their input, the plan of conservation and development is what the strengths and weaknesses are we see of Norwich and what should be conserved and what we need to develop for people who aren't familiar with it. And it's something we're required by statute to do every 10 years. But what's interesting about the youth participating is the youth are going to be the people who live here
Yeah, they're here in the next 10,
20 years.
yeah.
When we're not here anymore, I'd hope I live more than 20 years, but if I don't, they're the ones who we're going
That's
to need a
right.
vision for the community. So it's really important to get the young people involved. So that being said, with the downtown bond and all that technical stuff, there's so much else going on. We talked about it being springtime. And what I remember vividly is a few weeks ago, the Bulletin did an article, and I'm not sure if we mentioned it last time, about a woman on Canterbury Turnpike named Christine Delorge,
Yep.
who picks up bags and bags of
was-
trash all around her area in Canterbury Turnpike. And what's important to remember is, that's a part of us feeling good about Norwich.
She was out, because I live on Canterbury Turnpike. She was out there Saturday, and she was out there yesterday.
Well,
picking
and
up
what
trash.
she does
Yeah.
is she takes pride in where she lives, and each of us should take pride in our little part of the city.
Yep.
Because what that does is it sends a message to our neighbors as well as people who aren't from Norwich that we care about the city and that we want to take care of it and make it a good-looking place, too.
Yeah, which is great, and I know with the Bully Buses, we'll be doing our annual cleanup day for Earth Day, which is April 23rd, I want to say. So we'll be doing the cleanup, but it's true, because you can take care of your front yard, you can take care of where you live, and if you see trash, it doesn't hurt you to pick it up. The public works guys and everything can do so much, but we got,
That's
like I
right.
said, take pride in where you
That's
live.
right.
Think twice before you go to throw that out in the road, and, or where were we the other day? We were seeing all this. We were hiking in the woods and we were seeing couches that were thrown out there, stuff, let's take pride. And I go back to, I don't know if you remember that ad that used to have on TV with the Native American Indian with the tear coming down his eyes. And, that was so powerful,
Well, and what I found out is that, and not to get too into trash pickup, but what I did find out is that each homeowner is allowed 2 bulky trash pickups a year.
Yep.
You can call and have it done.
Okay.
Plus, if there's an apartment building, there's 2 pickups per unit in that apartment building.
Wow,
Per
okay.
year. So if there's 3 units, they get 6 bulky pickups a year,
Wow.
which is really
Okay,
pretty
they
good.
can all team up.
So there's no reason why, things shouldn't be kept cleaner. And it's just, I guess it's knowledge. It's knowledge of the information getting out there to people who might not know. So we're getting it out there.
Yes, very
Right?
good. You're responsible for your spring cleanup.
That's right, that's right. There's some other stuff going on right now, just to sort of a quality of life kind of issue, we're always talking about what is there to do, what is there to see, and we all know that Slater Museum recently opened the atrium. The atrium in Slater was recently opened this year, and I was in there, it's beautiful. Have you been in there?
Yeah, me and Lori went there a couple Saturdays ago, and we brought a friend from East Lyme, and she was just blown away by it, and it was just phenomenal. Just, she hadn't been since high school, and I hadn't been since in a while. It was for the price and the
Right.
artwork, it was just phenomenal. It was such a beautiful day just to check out what, right here in Norwich.
Did you see the current show?
Yes.
The Connecticut, as I was going to say, is
Yes, there was a couple sunflower prints that had my eye.
Oh, did you really?
I'm a sunflower fanatic, so.
Well, it's the 68th Annual Connecticut Artists Juried Art Show, and it runs through March 30th. So
Okay.
people still have a little bit more time,
Yep.
about
You've
10
got
10
some
days or so to go and
unique
check.
artwork
And what is it, $3?
Yeah, $3. And it goes to
$3.
maintain the museum.
There
It
we
was
go.
just-
There we go.
It's handicap accessible. It was really nice in there. I
Yep.
enjoyed it.
I went there for a meeting not too long ago. They did a beautiful job blending the old with the new and giving access. So,
Yeah.
hats off to NFA.
Yeah, yeah.
So let's see, when we look down the list of things that are coming up, we have a new recreation director
Yep.
in Norwich. His name is C. Roger Moss. He came from East Hartford. And probably almost immediately, when he hit the ground running, within a matter of a couple of weeks, I would say,
Yep.
they made the announcement that the Podunk Bluegrass Festival that he hosted in East Hartford for several years was now moving to Dodd Stadium.
Wow. Yeah, I saw that. That was great.
It's going to be in August 2nd through the 5th. And from what I understand, it's got quite a following. The potential for the number of visitors coming to Norwich for those couple of days is upwards in 10,000 people could be coming
Wow,
to view the
that's
Bluegrass
phenomenal.
Festival, which I think is great.
Yeah.
They have a Facebook page.
Okay.
I actually liked it today. It's Podunk Bluegrass Music Festival homepage, but it's on Facebook. So you
Okay.
can like that page and get regular updates. They've updated the website that they have on www.podunkbluegrass.net.
Okay.
So they've updated that, and it's got a map of Dodd Stadium and where they're going to be putting, people can be camping out, they're going to have people parking just to come for the day. So
Wow.
they've got that all updated.
Wow, that's great.
And that's going to give a lot of people exposure to Norwich.
Yeah, and one more thing going along with, and plus using our beautiful Dodd Stadium, which it should be used when it's not, the games are not in use. And that season's getting ready to start out. Connecticut Tigers.
I know,
Let's
I know.
support that team.
That stadium is a beautiful stadium, and I'm really glad that they are maximizing the use of it. I think they try to do that. The Connecticut Tigers have come in, and the management for the Connecticut Tigers, they're young, they're fresh, they're go-getters, and I really think that they want to keep that stadium busy and
Yeah.
filled with activities. And it makes it better for us living here.
Yeah.
We have more things to do. We've got other things going on. It's interesting what's come to pass probably in the last few weeks, and it's a wonderful thing to think about economic development and how many things that happen in Norwich that we're so proud of will impact our quality of life, but always economic development as well. And it's been in the press of late, reviewing the possibility of a state boating ramp at Shipping Street.
Oh, okay, yep, I saw that.
And it's the State Department of Energy and Environmental Protection, DEEP, D-E-E-P. They came down, I believe, a week before last, met with the Harbor Commission, Harbor Management Commission, and toured the property, the southern end of Shipping Street.
Okay.
And from what I understand from attending a One City Forum this past weekend, Alderman Charlie Jaskowitz gave an explanation of why that's a good location for putting in a boat launch, a boating ramp. And what he said was it's actually favorable, and I don't understand all the boating terms,
Yeah.
and I'm not a boater, but he explained something about there being a natural break wall, which is an important thing for a boat launch, and he explained that the depth of the channel in the river is very conducive to having a boat launch there. It would be a good place for it. So I'm optimistic that the Harbor Commission is setting the wheels in motion.
Yep.
They're gonna put a plan in place. They're gonna explore this in depth because the people that are on the commission really want, this to be not just a tool for recreational boaters, but as soon as you get people who can boat, you get more people coming
Yep.
into the city.
Yeah, and more tourists.
And there's
it's
better
it's a spot,
access.
kinda
There's
like
better access.
They go to Mystic to do stuff like that, so why wouldn't they come
That's
up
right,
further to
that's
Norwich?
right. And from what I understand, it's kind of difficult in the current boat launch area
Yeah.
to get a trailer in there and a truck
Yeah.
and maneuver it. So
Yeah.
they will plan to reuse that for kayaks and canoes,
Okay.
which that would be great.
Yeah,
Wouldn't it be
which
great to
would
have?
more for the smaller boats coming out of the.
Right.
Because that marina, when there's activities there during the weekend, yeah, that'd be great.
Right. But that's interesting. I have a friend who, if she watches the show, will know that I'm talking about her, but she wants to know, she moved back here a couple years ago, and she keeps saying to me, how come there's no canoes you can rent down by the river?
Okay.
And I said, geez, I don't know. But maybe this will be a good opportunity. There are folks who live in town, who live in apartments, who don't have the means to purchase things that they like to do. They don't have canoes, they don't have kayaks. But wouldn't that be great to offer
And I
a
thought
rental?
And I thought the rec department had purchased some years ago. We have to look into that. They were going to do something with them, but whether that ever happened or came to fruition, I'm not quite sure.
Well, I don't know if you noticed over the weekend, the Celebrating Norwich page, Bill went out and took a bunch of pictures down by the harbor. And the ice cream stand that is being built
Oh,
in
is that-
the old Putts Up dock.
Oh, is that what's being built
That's
here?
what's being built is the new ice cream stand. Joyal, who's the owner of the marina,
Okay.
took down the old buildings that were part of the golf course right adjacent to Howard T. Brown.
Okay.
And there's a building, and that's where the ice cream place is going to go. It's right there.
Oh, wonderful.
Isn't that good?
I thought maybe that they were supposed to put permanent bathrooms there, too.
That-
So I
that-
thought that's what was going up
It's big
there.
enough, though. I think it probably could be.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good-sized little building, and I noticed that there were pictures posted over the weekend on the Celebrating Norwich, Connecticut Facebook page. There's an album of harbor shots,
Okay.
and that's one of them.
Oh,
That's one
okay.
of
I'll
them,
have to
so
check
you
that out.
have to check it out.
Yeah, my
Yep.
friend just spotted that the other day, and I said, oh, that might be where they're supposed to be putting the bathrooms, but.
I
they said
think
ice cream shop.
it's both. Yeah, I
Okay.
think it's both.
So
So.
tell me, we got about 5 minutes left.
All right, well, if people are interested in what's going on with the Harbor Commission and anything that's going on, the next meeting is scheduled according to the municipal calendar on the city website for March 27th at 5 PM in room 219, which is the city manager's office. And as far as I know, that is a public meeting.
Okay.
So anyone can go. So before we get too far along and we forget to talk about exciting new things happening in Norwich as well, is we've got, Five Guys Burgers and Fries, right?
Yep.
Coming into Norwich.
Be honest with you, I've never heard of them before, but I
You
know-
never been?
But the young people, the Bully Buster youth, they always, the young people that come down and talk about it.
Really?
Yeah.
There's a location in Mystic and there's
Yep.
one in East Lyme.
Yeah, my daughter's talked about it, like the young people, like.
Well, what's good about, what I've read about it, briefly, I was doing a little research today, they have 900 franchises nationwide. Everything is freshly made. There are no freezers in the restaurant. It's
Oh,
only
okay,
refrigerated.
okay.
They make their burgers on a daily basis, and they make their fries in peanut oil. So
Wow.
it's healthier alternatives, I guess, to an old favorite, right?
Okay.
But one of the good news items for us related to that is that they need 45 employees.
Wow, okay.
So they're going to put 45 people to work in
Great,
Norwich,
that's
which is a great piece of news. That's definitely something to celebrate. And they look like they're making great progress. That's the building that was the old Tim Hortons.
Are you hearing that, Patrick? They're hiring 45 new employees. I'm doing that from Miss Laurie.
But it's right next to the 99 on Salem Turnpike.
Okay.
And they made great progress. I was there over the weekend, and their red and white exterior is already
Oh, wow,
done.
okay.
So, and we have to remind everybody this weekend, is the next One City Forum, is this Saturday, March 24th, from 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. at the Taffville Firehouse. For those of you who aren't familiar with where that is, that's at 134 Providence Street. That's Route 169, right, in Taffville, across from McQuonic School. And the One City Forum is an informal meeting between the mayor and the public, basically.
But it's a great opportunity because you have a more opportunity to have conversation and get questions and answers done at these One City Forums than you do at a city council meeting in some ways. So it's a great opportunity to get messages across, and get some information. I encourage you to go to them. It's something the city has been doing for, what, over a year, or maybe 2?
I think it's about a year and a half now. They've been having the One City Forums, and it is an informal meeting because city council meetings are designed to be a business meeting, and the structure of them isn't an interaction between the council and the public. The public makes comments, but there really isn't that interaction piece that goes on. The One City Forums, it's a public meeting. The mayor is there every Saturday. They have it, which is every 2 weeks, so it's this week. And what's great about it is other council members do show up as well. So the mayor will be there, other council members, and it's a place just to bring concerns or questions and ideas for making Norwich a better place.
So we've got 2 more minutes. So I encourage folks to check out the One City Forums, and I commend our city council and our mayor for doing this every couple of Saturdays and giving up their Saturdays for our community to get the feel of what's going on with our residents. So I encourage you to attend. Like I said, they're giving up their Saturdays, and these are, so they can hear from the residents. So I encourage some of you to come out. It's at Taffville.
This time it's at Taffville Firehouse. The schedule is on the city website. I just want to reiterate, too, that people should go check out on Facebook the Celebrating Norwich, Connecticut Facebook page. It's a great place to see daily what's happening in Norwich. We aggregate all the information from newspapers and other sources about great things happening. So it'll feed it right to your news feed. And the main idea to keep conveying when we celebrate Norwich is that Norwich is a city on the move. It's a good place to
They're telling
live,
me I got to wrap up.
to visit and revisit.
So thank you for coming on, Karen. She'll be
Thank
back
you.
on in April. And thank you. Go be a good community friend, and let's celebrate Norwich.